Tube, it's Chelsea, and I am here to officially give you my Bout of Books 10.0 wrap-up video thing. I have no idea what that was. Yes, Bout of Books. Bout of Books was incredibly successful for me. It ended officially last night at midnight, and I saw a bunch of you guys wrapping up and celebrating whatever your final books were and all of that. I managed to read 4 books over the course of Bout of Books, one of which I don't have with me because I immediately lent it out to my mom as soon as I was finished with it. That was the first book I read, and that was Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor. It was just over 600 pages, and I, not surprisingly, gave it a huge, whopping, incredibly satisfied 5 stars. The next book I read after that was To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. This book's about 330-ish pages, and I read it along impromptu buddy read style with Fran from Friend Off the Gray and Susie from Read Susie Reads, whose info I'll put below. I loved this book. I didn't love it quite as much as I was anticipating because it's the first in a series, and so it didn't get all wrapped up in a nice pretty pink bow, kind of like I wanted it all to. For that reason, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, but I loved the characters. I loved where this series looks like it's going to be going, and so I'm very excited to read the next ones. After To All the Boys I've Loved Before, my third book was Cinder by Marissa Mayer, which is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series, and I loved this book. For those of you, some of you saw like my tweets and my Goodreads status updates about it, and I was kind of confused for the first maybe like 50 pages or so because I couldn't quite figure out android v cyborg v human and the class structure and kind of what was happening. Like most good kind of sci-fi dystopian-y books, it kind of just starts right in the middle and media res, right in the middle of the action. So it took me a hot second to kind of catch up, but I did. I'm so glad I did. This one also only gets 4 stars because as much as I loved it, I was a wee bit predictable. I made an official prediction on my Goodreads status updates, and that status update ended up being exactly what I thought would happen. Like, what I thought would happen is what happened. So, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And I am super excited to read Scarlet and Cress. I've got them ordered. They're coming in the mail. And then Winter comes out next year. So I'm way late to the party, but I'm still so glad that I'm getting caught up. And then last night at work, I read this whole book in one sitting, my last book, and it was Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. This is her first book, and it's also an adult book as opposed to Fangirl and Eleanor Park, which are both young adult books. And you know what? It's official. Rainbow Rowell, top 5 favorite writers of all time. Apparently it doesn't matter whether she's writing about, you know, a Korean comic book loving teen in the 80s or an emailing, you know, early 30s woman from the mid 1990s. Like, it just doesn't matter. She is amazing. This book is about 2 women at work who are using their work emails for personal emails, which is not cool. And it's about the boy whose job is supposed to be to catch them, but he doesn't catch them, and instead he falls in love with them. And oh, my Lincoln, my poor, dear, heartbreakingly adorable, wonderful Lincoln. I love this book. This book gets 5 out of 5 stars. No caveats, no ifs, ands, or buts. I love it. If you haven't read it, you need to read it. Rainbow Rowell is a must-buy, an auto-buy. Anything she's putting out in hardback, it's mine. And I hope that she's working on something right now because I am already, like, it's not enough. I know she just came out with Landlines, but it's not enough. Give me all the words, Rainbow. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's all the 4 books that I read. I'll do the stack holding pile. It's not nearly so hard when you only have 3 or 4 books. But that is how Bout of Books wrapped up for me. 4 books, 2 5-star and 2 4-star, just about 1,600 pages, which is 600 pages more than my kind of unofficial mental goal to be read for the week. So I would say that I'm very, very, very satisfied with how Bout of Books went to me. I'm hoping that I can kind of keep up the momentum and the steam. I don't know if I'll still be reading 4 books a week because that did take some definite finagling of some other things to fit in that reading time. But if I can do even half that, if I can still manage to bust out maybe 2 books a week, then I will be much, much satisfied with that. I'm glad to see that all of you guys out there participating. Looks like you all had an amazing time, and looks like you guys all read a bunch of great books. I'm already adding a million things to the wish list and the TBR pile. As always, you can hit me up with the info down below. All the social media is down there. I'll put one last link to Bout Books just in case you want to go check out other people's wrap-ups and kind of finishing touches. I'll be back later this week, you guys, with a couple of tag videos and finally a couple reviews, the first official reviews ever going up on this channel. I'll be back. They're coming your way. Wait for it. All right, guys. Hope you all have a brilliant Monday, and I will catch you sometime later this week. All right, bye, guys.